Hey guys, welcome back to the Glenscope channel, where today we are going to talk about the current state of the Nova Scotia public inquiry into the largest mass killing in Canadian history. The reason why after 3 months it was finally announced on July 28th, after only just announcing they were going to be doing an independent review just 5 days earlier on July 23rd. What made the government change their mind, and will they be able to answer the most important questions being asked? Well, first, let's take a look at what we know so far.
Breaking news, though, for you. The federal government says a full public inquiry into the Nova Scotia mass killing that left 22 people dead in April will move forward after an outcry from the community. It comes as new materials released by the court order include search warrants that reveal several witnesses told police the gunman was known to smuggle guns and drugs in from the United States. One statement describes the shooter as a man who, quote, builds fires and burns bodies, and also, quote, a sexual predator.
And that's not even the craziest thing about this story. Apparently, he had no cell phone. In 2020. If there was one giant red flag about this guy, it wasn't the multiple reports of illegal weapons, him being a sexual predator. It was the fact that he had no cell phone. Police should have picked him up right there. Okay, I want to bring this back to July 23rd, and the Nova Scotia provincial government hosted a press conference to announce their new independent review, which is an important legal distinction, as this review would have no legal way to compel testimonies under oath where a public inquiry could. Nicole from the Halifax Examiner asked a great question, because this independent review, which was previously announced, was not going to be public. So how are they planning on getting the RCMP to cooperate with this review? And Bill Blair answers like this.
Thank you very much, Mark. And as indicated, I have an authority under the Public Safety Minister of Canada has an authority under the RCMP Act to direct the Commissioner of the RCMP and also the President of CBSA and other implicated foreign ministries and organizations and departments to fully cooperate in this investigation. And I've given that direction. I will also assure you and Nova Scotians that the RCMP is also very, very keen to ensure that all of the facts of these circumstances are made known.
I'm sorry I made you sit through that. Bill, without skipping a beat, responds with basically his job description and asks that you trust him to do his job. But Bill, I have concerns with how you're doing your job. Most of Canada does. It's why Canada was demanding a full public inquiry from day one, back in April. That was 3 months ago. The first thing you should have done was the full public inquiry. Instead, you banned assault-style weapons 2 weeks later and claimed victory. But that wouldn't have solved anything, because, as you know, the perpetrator used 4 illegally smuggled firearms from the US. These new laws would have accomplished absolutely nothing. And then on May 20th, burned down the perpetrator's house. Yeah. It sort of reminds me of the Chinese burning documents at their embassy that was just shut down. Bill, what is going on? You should have called for a full public inquiry on the largest mass killing in Canadian history from day one. You could have been a hero. Instead, it looks like you have something to hide, and the RCMP has something to hide, which seems to be the theme for the entire Liberal Party cabinet. The Liberal Party has lost significant ground polling within margin of error of the Conservative Party, which doesn't even have a real leader right now and won't for the next few weeks. Hell, even We Charity seems to be getting out, being spotted just a few days later leaving with executive files and then going full shredder with 10 U-Hauls parked outside being loaded up with more boxes. This is the bottom line. The Public Safety Minister's office dropped the ball and reflexively banned firearms that would not have stopped this tragedy, and indirectly supported burning evidence by not calling for a public inquiry within 48 hours of the incident, and allowed the perpetrator's house to be burned and then bulldozed to the ground. There is still more to this story, like how the perpetrator received $475,000 just weeks prior to the incident, but the RCMP has been mum on the subject. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more, as everything about this story just doesn't add up. And I'll see you in the next one.
The RCMP is also very, very keen to ensure that all of the facts of these circumstances are made known.